Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Let's seek the truth and travel the long road to justice together. What you know, Alibiers, welcome to part 2 of this very disturbing information we've learned about the murder of Harmony Montgomery and what they did with her remains in the months after her murder. Remember in the last episode, we talked about Kayla telling investigators that Adam had switched Harmony's body from that Under Armour duffel bag into a maternity bag, which was like a regular tote bag size. Trigger warning before we get started. This is equally as disturbing as part 1. So if you're sensitive, you may want to click off now. So we're going to jump right in. If you remember on the last episode, one of the last things we talked about was when Adam transferred Harmony's body from that Under Armour duffel bag into this very small tote bag that was apparently something Kayla had got when she gave birth to their youngest son. It was a maternity bag that the hospital gives you to go home with. It's just a standard little bag, like maybe you would take to the store if you're using your own bags. So she changed her story a little bit. She advised in the June 23rd, 2022 proffer that they were actually in the new apartment bathroom when Adam took Harmony out of the maternity bag. They have a photo of the bathroom for reference. Kayla stated that Adam took Harmony out of the maternity bag in the apartment bathroom so that he could add lime to the bag to help with the decomposition of Harmony's body. Kayla said that Adam dumped Harmony's body out of the bag into the shower. Kayla did see Harmony's remains. She said she still had skin, teeth, and hair, and Kayla said she was still identifiable as Harmony at that point. Kayla said Adam put about half the bag of lime or a little more into the bag, and she showed with her hands that the bag of lime was consistent with a 40-pound bag. Based on Kayla's description of the process, Adam had a difficult time fitting Harmony's body back into the bag. Her body was frozen. Kayla saw Adam run the hot water in the shower and tried squishing Harmony's flesh to thaw it out and make it easier to fit her in the bag. Kayla said that she actually helped cut the clothes off of Harmony to see if that would help her fit into the bag. Kayla said Adam was eventually pushing and pushing on Harmony's body, and then she heard a bang. She was not able to elaborate on what this bang was. Adam also banged the bag on the floor while zipping it. Kayla said she also helped zip close the bag. After the bag finally zipped shut, it went into the apartment freezer. Adam cleaned the bathroom with ammonia. There was a maintenance request for their apartment made on February 27th of last year that reads, "Snake the tub and fix lever." The request was 5 days after his employment ended at that Portland pie company. Kayla said that Adam kept the bag with Harmony's body inside of the freezer until sometime during the spring of 2020. She wasn't sure if it was March or May. Adam rented a U-Haul and during the overnight hours made a trip to an unknown destination to dispose of Harmony's dead body. Kayla said she didn't know the location of where Adam dumped Harmony's body, and Kayla stated that Adam returned in the morning hours, but she couldn't exactly recall what time. Kayla stated around the time Adam disposed of Harmony's body, they had stayed in an Econo Lodge or a Comfort Inn in Manchester, New Hampshire. She said Adam brought the maternity bag with Harmony's body to the hotel and placed it in the mini refrigerator in the room. Kayla said they were accompanied by Travis Beach and his girlfriend, who Kayla only knew as Brittany. Manchester police knew Brittany to be a reference to a specific person, Brittany Bedard. Kayla recalled that Adam went to the U-Haul place to rent one, either with Travis, Brittany, or both. Kayla saw the U-Haul from the hotel window, and she described it as a van with a large $19.99 sticker on the back, which is consistent with the letter and numbering on a U-Haul rental vehicle. Kayla said after the U-Haul was rented, Adam left in the middle of the night at approximately midnight or 1 a.m. Adam told her he was leaving and he would be back. He took the maternity bag. She didn't see him take anything else with him. Kayla said Adam didn't want her to know where he was going in case something like this happened, in reference to Kayla proffering this information to the police. Kayla said Adam then returned at approximately 5 or 6 a.m. the same morning. When he got back, he seemed very tired and he said words to the effect of, "It's done." Kayla said she didn't see the maternity bag after that, and it should be noted that Kayla's second proffer on June 23rd of last year, her statements were consistent about the U-Haul. and did not differ from her original proffer. Around that time, the Manchester police began looking into the whereabouts of Harmony. The department established a 24/7 tip line so that members of the public could call in with any information. On February 26th of last year, Police Service Specialist Stratton advised there was a call that came through the Harmony Montgomery tip line. He called the tipster, who wanted to remain anonymous. The tipster stated that Jenny Paris and her boyfriend Travis Beach had come to the tipster's residence a month ago and disclosed that approximately 2 years ago, Adam Montgomery frantically asked Beach if he could rent Adam a U-Haul truck. The tipster stated that Adam did not disclose what it was going to be used for, but stated that Adam asked Travis Beach in a frantic manner to rent the vehicle. A detective located Beach and Paris in the rear parking lot of the apartment building in their vehicle and attempted to interview Beach. Travis Beach was uncooperative and stated he would not answer any questions unless it was with his attorney or his probation or parole officer. On March 9th of last year, Deputy U.S. Marshal Tufts and I made contact with Beach at the Hillsborough County Probation and Parole Office. I asked Beach to tell us about Adam, asking for a U-Haul. He said he recalled it was around wintertime of 2019 or early 2020. He stated he had run into Adam on the street in the area of Union and Bridge at a convenience store. Adam continued to say, "I effed up. I'm so effed." Beach said Adam wouldn't tell him what he meant when he said that. Beach stated he was with Brittany Bedard and Adam was with Kayla and their 2 boys. Beach was asked if he ever saw Harmony and he said he had not. Adam asked them to rent the U-Haul, and he recalled Brittany renting Adam a box truck from the U-Haul on South Willow Street in Manchester. Beach stated they left from there, and the next day Brittany called U-Haul to make sure that Adam had returned the U-Haul, and he had. Beach stated he had never heard of or seen Harmony and only knew Adam to have 2 sons. He said he thought Adam and Kayla were living on the 2nd floor of an apartment on Union Street at the time of the U-Haul incident. He was asked if he ever knew Adam and Kayla to have a car, and he said he never saw them with a car. He was asked why he hadn't been cooperative initially, and he said once he saw things in the news, he put 2 and 2 together and thought maybe it was related. It says, as I continued to ask Beach questions, Beach then asked what I was getting at and stated he wanted an attorney. On April 20th of last year, Detective Rahil and I interviewed Bobby Johnson, an inmate at the Hillsborough County House of Corrections, who wished to speak with us about the Harmony Montgomery investigation, specifically in regards to Travis Beach. Johnson has known Beach for 7 to 8 years, and he stated he had a conversation with Beach a few weeks prior at the end of March or the beginning of April of 2022. Johnson stated they were at a drug house getting high and smoking crack. Beach stated he had something to tell Johnson that was eating at him. He said Adam was one of his best friends and stated also present at the time was Beach's girlfriend, Jenny Paris. Beach stated Adam called him up and came over to his place, and that's when Adam said he effed up and he did wrong and needed his help. Johnson stated Beach's girlfriend then stopped him from saying anything further to Johnson about Adam's statements. Johnson stated the tone of the conversation was that Beach was going to say that Adam killed the child and disposed of the body. He stated Beach was saying Adam was asking him for a few days to help him get rid of stuff. Beach stated they drove around the county for the next few days getting rid of stuff. Johnson stated that Beach never mentioned body parts, but it was stuff wrapped in plastic or plastic bags. Johnson also mentioned Adam asked for tools and supplies and included blankets and tarps from Beach. Jenny told Beach not to talk any further about it because it could get him in trouble. Johnson felt that Beach was trying to get it off of his chest, but Beach also stated to him that the police had been looking for him to ask him for any information he had. I asked him who else was there during the conversation, and he stated just Beach, Jenny, and himself. Johnson added he believed Beach mentioned the west side of Manchester as areas they went to and possibly a street starting with the letter C. Johnson also believed Beach was driving when all this happened. On April 21st of last year, Detective Rahil and I interviewed Travis Beach at New Hampshire State Prison with his probation officer, Officer Wright. Beach stated that Adam Montgomery requested that he rent a U-Haul for him. Beach did not have a license, so he used Brittany to rent the U-Haul. Beach stated that Adam and Kayla were picked up from the Orange Street, Union Street area. They had their children with them, their 2 sons. He believed the weather was starting to get warm, but there was still snow on the ground, and this was potentially inside a February or a March 2020 timeframe. Beach stated that he was staying at the Comfort Inn around this time, and Adam and Kayla were staying at the Econo Lodge. He advised that during this time when Adam was requesting a U-Haul, Adam approached Beach stating that he effed up. He believed this to be after the U-Haul was rented, and Adam never told Beach what he needed the U-Haul for, and Beach said he never asked. Beach advised that Adam told him he was having problems with DCYF during this time, and that's why they were staying at the Econo Lodge. Before the interview ended, Beach signed consent to search his Facebook account after stating he and Adam had used this platform to communicate. He provided us with his login information, and a preservation request was completed for his account, which was identified as the Facebook account TD Beach 18. After the preservation was completed, I attempted to log into the account, but the login information did not work. In her June 3rd, 2022 proffer, Kayla explained that the reason why she initially said the last time she saw Harmony was when Adam dropped her off at work was because Adam told her to say that time frame and to say that Adam was returning Harmony to her mother. She said, in essence, Adam told her she wouldn't get in trouble if she just stuck to the story. On June 9th of 2022, Detective Rahil and I conducted a voluntary interview with a woman named Nicole, who was a former tenant of the shelter. She lived at the address during the time period when Adam and Kayla were residents there and was an associate of theirs as well. She remembered going to the Econo Lodge to see Kayla and Adam during the time when Kayla and Adam were living at the new apartment. She advised she did not go into the hotel room, but believed she dropped something off to them. She also believed it was odd they were renting a hotel when they also had an apartment in the city. On June 27th of last year, Detective Rahil, Deputy Tufts of the U.S. Marshals Service, and I were in Daytona Beach, Florida, to try and locate Brittany Bedard. With the assistance of the Daytona Beach Police Department, she was located and agreed to give a voluntary interview. They explained why they wanted to speak with her, and she remembered going to Adam and Kayla's located at 644 Union Street and playing with one of their children. She was able to pull up photos she took during that time on her cell phone. The photo was time-stamped at 6:02 p.m. on March 1st of 2020. Metadata associated with the photo showed a GPS location at 644 Union Street. She also provided us with her email address at the time. She believes around that time frame, she had rented a hotel room at the Econo Lodge. She said she believes she tried to rent a room at the Comfort Inn first, but did not end up renting there due to them wanting a large deposit on the room. She believed she was refunded for the room and then went to the Econo Lodge to rent a room. She stated while they were at the Comfort Inn with Adam, Kayla, and their kids, she remembers seeing a CMC maternity bag between Kayla's 2 children in a stroller. She remembered staying on the 3rd or 4th floor of the Econo Lodge, facing the parking lot in 2 rooms with 1 queen bed. Detective Rahil was able to get hotel room information from the Econo Lodge that Brittany had rented. It was for 2 nights on March the 3rd and March the 4th of 2020, one being room 216 and the other being room 313. Detective Rahil later went to the Econo Lodge and confirmed that room 313 was on the front parking lot side and had 1 queen bed. Room 216 was on the back parking lot side and had 2 queen beds. She believes that at some point she and Beach went to the U-Haul location on South Willow Street in Manchester to rent the U-Haul. She says she was in a vehicle, possibly her mother's, and went into U-Haul to help pay for the transaction. She believes it was around $30 and claims she did not rent the U-Haul due to her not having a valid license. She thought that a taller, skinny white male rented the U-Haul, and she was unsure if that was Adam. She stated she did remember Adam driving the U-Haul sometime after it was rented. She believed Adam dropped her and Beach off at a 7-Eleven convenience store, possibly on Queen City Avenue in Manchester. She thought the rental was a smaller 10-foot box truck due to the fact that she had to sit on the ground between the driver and the front passenger. She claimed this was the only time she was actually in the U-Haul, and additionally, she remembered the U-Haul being parked along the back side of the Econo Lodge along the building on the north side. Are you tired of choosing between taking care of your skin and wearing makeup? I find that most cosmetics have ingredients that make my skin dry, or that most clean makeup just doesn't do what I hope it would. I'm really glad I found Kosas. I love Revealer Concealer because it's packed with active skincare ingredients, and it offers creaseless medium coverage with a smooth, radiant finish that looks like your skin, just brighter, more even, and healthier. Take the 5-step Shade Finder quiz to find out your perfect match. My current favorite is the Glow IV Vitamin Infused Skin Illuminating Enhancer. I can skip using highlighter because it's in the makeup. So don't choose between wearing great makeup and taking care of your skin. Right now, Kosas is offering my listeners 15% off your first purchase of $50 or more when you go to kosas.com/whattheworld. Go to Kosas, KOSAS.com/whattheworld for 15% off your first purchase of $50 or more, plus free shipping. That's kosas.com/whattheworld. On June 30th of last year, Detective Rahil received contract agreements for the date of February 29th of 2020 through March the 5th of 2020 from an executive assistant at that U-Haul location. The contracts were specifically for 10-foot box trucks and vans due to the fact that Travis and Brittany believed the U-Haul that was rented was a box truck. Kayla believed it to have been a van. Detective Rahil was able to locate a rental that had the name Travis Beach as the additional contact. The rental began on March 3rd of 2020 at approximately 5:49 p.m. and ended the next day on March the 4th at approximately 1:47 p.m. The rental was from the 515 South Willow Street location. It was rented by Brendan Middleton. It should be noted that according to the Manchester Police Department's in-house information on file, I know that Middleton is reportedly 6 feet tall and approximately 175 pounds, which is consistent with the taller, skinny white male described by Bedard. The total rental mileage was approximately 133 miles, and the cost was $32.49 with an additional charge of $104.74, which according to the U-Haul employee was never paid. Information from U-Haul showed that the $32.49 was paid with a MasterCard. A subpoena was sent to PayPal on July 20th of last year for Brittany Bedard's account information, and then a week later, they received information from PayPal confirming the MasterCard that was used to rent the U-Haul was Brittany Bedard's. The U-Haul employee was able to provide the investigator with the vehicle information for the U-Haul that was rented. The vehicle was a 2019 GMC Savannah with Arizona registration. The GMC Savannah is a cargo van, which is consistent with the vehicle described by Kayla. It's no longer in the custody of U-Haul and was since sold at an auction on or about May 14th of 2021. They have an interview with Brendan Middleton. This interview took place on July 6th of last year. Detective Davenport and I made contact with Brendan Middleton at his address in Manchester, New Hampshire. Prior to the meeting, we spoke with Middleton on the phone and stated I needed to speak with him about a U-Haul. He said he had rented a U-Haul for a friend a while back. He ultimately stated that he had picked up Travis Beach and his girlfriend, who he later confirmed was Brittany Bedard, at the Econo Lodge in Manchester a couple of years back at night when it was dark out. Middleton stated he drove them to the U-Haul location to rent one because they needed to move furniture or something along those lines. Beach and Bedard did not have IDs or a debit card, so Middleton helped them rent the U-Haul or a small box truck using his debit card, which he stated would have been a Bank of America debit card. Middleton stated he then drove the U-Haul back to the gas station right next to the U-Haul location, and Beach and Bedard drove his car and followed. He said from the gas station, he was unsure of which one of them drove off with the U-Haul. I asked Middleton how he would communicate with Beach, and he stated usually through Facebook or text message. Travis Beach's Facebook records were obtained, and they found communication about the U-Haul rental between Travis Beach and a deleted Facebook account, which is known through this investigation to have been used by Adam Montgomery. Previously, a search warrant was obtained for Adam's account, but according to Facebook, it had been deleted and no relevant content is available. However, multiple other individuals have identified Facebook messages they exchanged with Adam's account. Travis Beach had a couple of conversations about assistance renting a U-Haul on March 3rd of 2020 with Teresa Morrill. Teresa asked Travis if he was moving after he asked about the U-Haul. Beach stated no, Adam Montgomery is. On March 2nd of 2020 at 1:36, Beach stated to Adam's account, her mom said a big fat no. Sorry, Bubba. At 9:11 Eastern, Beach messaged Adam's account and stated, yo, we have her ma's whip. Call me ASAP. A short time later, they had a call that lasted approximately 2 minutes. Travis Beach also had a conversation with the Facebook account June Person, that's the name of the account. At 7:09 p.m., Beach indicated that he was in room 313 at the Econo Lodge. This information is consistent with the rental and room number we obtained from Econo Lodge. So there are some Facebook messages that they go through. They're a little hard to decipher. Their use of English is not great. Essentially, somebody's mom said a big fat no for something. I'm assuming maybe to rent the U-Haul or something. Then there are 11 missed calls from Adam to Travis between 3:37 a.m. up until 6:59 a.m. On March the 4th, 2020, there are like 12 missed calls where Adam was trying to call Travis. Travis sent a message, yo, please let me know when I can come by and grab my stuff because we only have the car till 1:30. Thank you, Bubba. At 12:18, Adam missed a call from Travis. There are then calls and video chats between Adam and Travis, which are very short. They're between 12:22 Eastern and 12:57 p.m. Eastern. At 2:47, Travis asks, what U-Haul did you drop it off at? Because he just got a text saying the van was supposed to be back at 2:50. Please let me know what's going on ASAP. Adam responds, hours later, I dropped it off on Willow, my word. Adam says, please don't message me stuff like this on Facebook again. Travis says, okay, my bad, won't happen again, Bubba. Travis missed a call from Adam a couple of hours later. Adam sends a message at 9:27 Eastern. Yo, bro, can you call me, please? I need to talk to you. It's important, very important. Please call me. So now we get into Travis Beach's proffer interview from August the 9th of last year. His attorney was present. During the interview, he confirmed reconnecting with Adam and Kayla at the mall in New Hampshire. He stated over approximately a 1-week period that he and Brittany had went over to Adam and Kayla's apartment there on Union Street to use drugs. Beach stated this was right before he turned himself in to his probation officer on March the 5th, 2020. Beach said Adam asked for help in person about renting a U-Haul, and he and Brittany helped him do so. Once the vehicle was rented, it was brought to the Econo Lodge by Beach and Brittany Bedard, where the keys were turned over to Adam. Beach denied driving the vehicle after the keys were turned over to Adam. They have some Massachusetts Department of Transportation records for the U-Haul. And the investigator says on July 20th of last year, I received information from the Massachusetts DOT regarding 3 toll violations involving the above referenced specific U-Haul van during the time it had been rented by Middleton. The 3 violations occurred at the following date, times, and locations. The first one was on March the 4th, 2020 at 4:44 a.m. It was on the Tobin Bridge local going north. Then again at 4:45, it was on the Tobin Bridge local going south. 5:25 a.m., the Tobin Bridge local going north. So you can see there that between 4:44 and 5:25 clearly is what I would suspect to be the time frame he dumped her body. These times on March 4th are consistent with the time frame described by Kayla as to when Adam was using the U-Haul to dispose of Harmony's body. The information from the Massachusetts DOT included photographs taken at the time of the violations, and it clearly shows a U-Haul van with Arizona license plates. Some of the photographs also show the windshield of the U-Haul from the front. However, in the photographs, it's not possible to identify any occupant within the U-Haul van or to even tell how many occupants there may have been. Employees from the DOT have explained the top half of these photos, which included the windshield, is intentionally and automatically distorted for privacy reasons, and the original unblurred versions of the photographs have been deleted. They attached those photos inside the report. Forensic testing of locations where Harmony Montgomery's body was stored. As previously noted, the U-Haul van Adam used to dispose of Harmony's body was sold at auction on or about May 14th of 2021. The current owners of the U-Haul van were identified as Bob and his son Joshua of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I'm not putting their last names out there. Bob and Joshua consented to a search of the van, which has been repurposed for use of their business. On September 11th, 2022, Manchester detectives traveled to Pennsylvania to process the van. The van was processed with Blue Star, which is two chemical agents used to detect hemoglobin, a molecule which is present in blood, on surfaces where it may not be visible to the naked eye. When the van was processed with Blue Star, there appeared to be a reaction on the right side of the interior step on the driver's side, a faint reaction on the passenger side floorboard, and two reactions approximately halfway up the back passenger seat along the side of the seat closest to the door. Each of these areas was swabbed, and swabs are pending further forensic testing. On June 14th of last year, 644 Union Street, number 2, Manchester, was searched pursuant to a search warrant. This is the apartment where he transferred her body. Multiple items of potential evidentiary value were seized from the apartment. One item was the sole refrigerator in the apartment that was a standard over-under freezer refrigerator in Unit 104. There were some indications from the owner that the refrigerator seized from the apartment on June 14th of last year may not have been the same refrigerator that was there when Adam and Kayla lived in the apartment. However, he was unable to definitely say whether or not it was a different refrigerator. On September 8th of last year, Manchester detective processed and seized the refrigerator and used Blue Star in it. Upon processing, there appeared to be a small reaction to the Blue Star on the bottom right interior of the refrigerator, and 3 significant circular reactions together with some smaller reactions on the bottom of the interior of the refrigerator. Each of these areas was swabbed, and the swabs are pending further forensic testing. As noted previously, records show that Brittany Bedard rented rooms 216 and 313 at the Econo Lodge for 2 nights. In addition, messaging from Travis Beach's Facebook account shows that he and Bedard were in room 313. This means it's likely that Adam and Kayla were in room 216, and this room faced the rear of the Econo Lodge, which is consistent with information from Kayla about the room she and Adam stayed in. On July 11th of last year, Manchester detectives went to the Econo Lodge to search room 216 with consent from the hotel owner and general manager. The search focused on the mini fridge in the room based on Kayla's statement that the bag with Harmony's body was placed in the mini fridge of the room where they stayed prior to Adam disposing of the bag. The mini fridge was processed with Blue Star, which showed a small quick reaction underneath the interior freezer space, a small quick reaction on the area of the interior door where it has can holders, and a small quick reaction on the bottom of the door. Each of these areas was swabs, and of course, the swabs are pending further forensic testing. To date, Harmony's remains have not yet been located. Conclusion: based on the foregoing facts and circumstances, there's probable cause to believe that Adam Montgomery committed the crime of second-degree murder, tampering with witnesses and informants, falsifying physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. So that's it. And it's just insane. I mean, this has really been difficult to read through what this poor child went through before she was murdered. Abuse like this is not a sudden onset. I am 100% confident that this poor child was continually abused. Kayla was aware of the ongoing abuse. She was there when the child was killed, and for months was there as Harmony's body was toted everywhere they went. She is complicit in this. To me, just as guilty. The woman's trash. I hope to God her kids are safe and will never be in her care, because she is not a good person and she is not a good mother. Doing drugs around your kids and things like that. You know, I understand addiction is a beast and it is a disease and it comes and it goes and it's hard to stay sober. I get that. But parents need to step up if they have addiction issues. Put your child in the care of somebody that can take care of them. They are innocent in this. And if you see your spouse, your boyfriend, whatever, or anybody abusing a child and you cover for it, you are equally as guilty, in my opinion, as a person who struck or hurt that kid. We got to stop being lenient to people like this. Lock them away forever. She should be in jail for life, in my opinion, but the buck don't stop here. So anyways, that's it for this case. We'll see what happens, whether he takes this to trial or whether he just pleads guilty. It seems like this case is pretty rock solid, and I do acknowledge a lot of that is because of Kayla cooperating with prosecutors. At the same time, she shouldn't get any rewards for admitting to what she did. Anyways, all right, guys, we'll be back with Corey Richins tomorrow. We're going to keep going through that. It's going to take a while. I've got some case updates that I'm going to throw in there. So lots to do, lots to cover. Hope you guys will stick around for it. In the meantime, have a great evening and we will see you soon.